I am the hardest geezer, also known as Russ Cook. So I actually got into running and this shows how literally one little thing can change everything, was my mate JC literally sent me a text after I went for a night out in Brighton, and I ran home from Brighton from a club, and he sent me a text saying, mate, you are too good to not get into running, like let's do Brighton half in a few months time. It was literally like one of them times, like my life was sort of heading like that. I was literally just boozing every weekend religiously, like at least 1 or 2 nights a week. I was pretty overweight, like I was having a pretty miserable time of it, to be fair. And then it's literally one text like that and it's just set me on a different course, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's pretty mad, really.
At what point during your journey did you sort of come to the decision that you want to do something that no one's done before?
I reckon it was in Kenya. So when I was in Kenya, I was running with some big Donnies out there, like Kipchoge, like the best in the game. I met him. There was loads of like professional athletes out there, and it was like a well-inspiring trip, because for me, the norm in Worthing in my friendship group was going out drinking every weekend, whereas the norm there was we get up at 5 AM, we run, then we come and we refuel, and then we run again in the afternoon, and that was the norm. And if you weren't doing that, it was like, so like it was a kind of a nice change of perspective. It was like, oh, okay, there's a new, like you can do things another way. I met the Italian guy who'd literally been cycling around the world for 6 years on a bike, camping, like, and he just showed me all his gear, and I was like, I couldn't really believe it. I was like, what? Like, people actually do this? It's mad. And then from that moment, I thought, like, I want to combine my running with that and see what we can do that's possible. And then I just started looking things up. It was coming up to the summer, so I was like, looked at Europe, and I thought, oh, it's a great time. I'm traveling, like I've got the money. Let's just go for it. And that was it, really. Literally booked a flight to Asia, and barely even planned it. Just Google Maps to take me home, like pretty much. I remember when I started saying it to people, it sounded so alien, because it's like, well, where are you going to sleep? And it's like, I don't know, just sleep wherever, like find a farm, just sleep on a farm, just find some trees and put the hammock on the trees. And like that concept was just like, what, like, like people couldn't think about it. But like the reality is, it's possible. Like it is possible. You just gotta like change your perspective on it and just think about, you know, what you can actually do. It's not really a question of like, oh, I've got to go for a 2 AM like 30k run tonight, I can't really be bothered. It's just a question of like, do you want to break this world record, or do you not really fancy it? Like, and then the answer every time is, yeah, of course I'm going to do it. So I just go. It's not even like a debate in my head, like, oh, I could not go, might go, oh, it's raining. Nah, we go every time. Right, so Russ Cook, the hardest geezer. Right, mate, how you doing? Yeah, good stuff. We're going to try and break the world record for pulling a car for a marathon today. So we're going up and down with this bad boy, promenade, 26 miles, 42 laps the promenade. So yeah, gonna just fucking get loose with it, have a bit of fun. This carpool, when we looked at the weather first came up for it, and it was a shocker. It was supposed to be windy, raining, cold as anything, and like a few people texted me, oh, you still gonna do it? And I was like, mate, whatever the weather, we roll the punches. Like, it's happening. Like, I'm not pushing nothing back. It's going on. When you're asleep, I'm training. Like, I'm doing midnight runs. I'm doing 3 AM runs. I'm up at 5. I'm in the gym. Like, I'm working a full-time job as well. So my life for the last like 3 months has been everything towards the carpool. Like, I haven't been drinking. Yeah, I'm at it all day, every day. Like, there's a lot that goes into it that people don't see. So, you know, like, these things don't happen overnight. You've got to, if you want to do stuff like this, you have to train. You can't cut corners, and if you do, you'll get found out on the day. I've used a heavier car in training, and that wasn't the main factor though. It was the terrain I was on. So I was on hilly terrain with a shit road. So we turned around a corner every 300 meters, and then we turned around fully every 600 meters. So I was just doing a lot of stopping and starting, which is one of the hardest parts of the Carathon, and using the heavier car and be done flat tyres just to make everything harder, so that for the day I was flying around.
Yeah, and it all fell into place on the day.
Yeah, it was perfect.
42 laps of that.
42 laps.
Yeah.
That's your marathon. Let's fucking have it. Let's go.
Let's fucking have it, mate. 36 minutes, 3.5, 3K. So coming up to halfway, 4 hours and 8 minutes. Halfway! Let's fucking go! Yeah, no, I'm good, mate. Yeah.
So I left you when you done your 8th kilometre.
Yeah.
What have you done now?
I've done 24.7, 5 hours and 22 minutes. So we're going well. I'm just gonna start slowly, pace up, get a bit.
And how legs? Just
Yeah.
fast skinny.
Cars, hammies, and everything. We're smashing it, so when it comes to the end, we'll get down there earlier.
Why is the running charity so close to your heart? You know?
Mate, the running charity message is something I back to the moon and back, right? They're trying to help the most vulnerable people in our society, and they're doing it in a way that is so unique through running and teaches people so many different life skills that they can transfer into all areas of their life. When I look like that text that I got from JC, yeah, saying, right, come to do this half marathon, yeah, that changed the game for me, right, in so many ways other than just running. So when the running charity get these young kids, yeah, at risk of homeless, or are homeless, yeah, and they say, mate, just come for this one training session, come for this 5K that we're doing, yeah, it's so much more than running. The more we can get people out running, the more it will have a positive spiral on everyone's life. So it's just I'll back it to the moon.
If you could speak to yourself 5 years ago,
If I could speak to myself 5 years ago,
what would you be saying to yourself?
I wasn't in a good way, but it's one of them, sometimes you have to do that to come through the other side. So would I change it? Maybe not, but what I would say to my 18-year-old self, or what I'd offer, is just a bit of guidance, like relax, things will work out. Just like I remember being so frustrated, and it's just an angrier time because I couldn't really express myself properly. But yeah, I'll just be like, mate, relax.
Would you offer yourself a little bit of perspective?
Yeah. Like I'd say like, mate, to be fair, what I should, if I was speaking to anyone, right, get out of here, go and travel a bit, have some fun, and gain a bit of a better perspective. I was very like small town mindset. I just grown up here. I was angry. I was just, do you know what I mean? Just sometimes you just need to.
Yeah, it's almost like you're heading down this small little cramped corridor.
Yeah.
Everything opened up for you after.
Yeah.
And we've spoken to 18-year-old self.
Yeah.
27-year-old Russell Cook, hardest geezer still.
Still.